Hello, 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 and welcome to One for All is Love, the daily dose with Sonya Spirit, and that would be I. And today is a wonderful Tuesday, December 8th. Yes, December 8th, 2020. All right, excellent. So today's discussion is titled The F Word. That's right, you heard me. The F word. Excuse me. Okay. And the F word is faith. But let me tell you why this is important. Because good morning, my daughter, my beautiful daughter. How are you? Okay, so the F word is faith. And let me tell you why this is important. I've described what faith is. It is a knowing, it is a confidence in God's power and God's presence, in the knowledge of knowing. Okay, when you know thyself, you know. Okay, so, but let's talk about what faith does. So yesterday I kind of spoke on how forgiveness, impacts energy, how it absorbs, releases, expresses. Okay, faith bridges the gap. Okay, remember now, we are both physical and spiritual beings. Okay, that's part of our duality. Or polarity, okay? And it is polarity. Remember, duality separates, okay? Polarity creates, seeks to balance, okay? So, anyway, getting back to faith. All right, so faith bridges the gap. What gaps, you say? Think about it, the gaps in life. So, for example, uh, with everything that's going on now, presently in the world, there is gaps in finances, gaps in education, gaps in uh, needs or wants. There are gaps. People have gaps in their life. They may want a vehicle. They may need one to move from A to B, okay, more freely so that they can become more productive. I'm not talking about just, when I'm talking about filling in the gap, I'm talking about things that we perceive as needs, okay? For example, not having a vehicle, being between jobs, for example, maybe on the verge of being evicted, things like that. Okay, so I want to speak on that, bridging those gaps. And the reason I call them gaps, because that is exactly where you're supposed to plug in faith. Okay. When you know, when you spiritually practice, and when you practice being spiritual all day, every day, because I hate to even call it practice, because it is who we are. Okay. What we're really practicing is being conscious of it. That's what we're really practicing here, is being conscious of it. But when you are conscious of it, or when we are cognizant of it throughout the day, okay, of being spiritual beings, it will help fill the gap when you are between challenges, okay? Perhaps when you are experiencing an adversity, okay? Because an adversity is only going to last as long as you allow it to. That's a different, that's a different daily dose, though. But what faith does is faith lets you know. Remember, we talked about polarity and pendulums and things like that. And polarity seeks balance. Okay. And what faith does is it fills in that gap when you are between things. So, like I said, let me give you an example. A lot of people may be between jobs, which of course it affects their finances. All right. Now, if you are a person who's never had any issue with finding a job, okay, regardless of how many you have had, if you've never had a problem finding a job, okay, then you know when you can't find a job, okay, that there are forces that are taking place that you don't really have an effect on, okay? Your energy is still there, so don't give up. You keep doing what you're doing, okay? But you know that this is a point when things don't necessarily appear to be going your way. it doesn't mean woe is me. It's just one of those times where it's time for you to be still and just allow your faith to take over. And that faith, that confidence, that knowing that this will pass. And not only will it pass, it's not going to pass to a detriment to you. Okay? And when I say that, like I said, if you're a person who has no problem getting a job and you at a point now where you can't or you don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't try harder. Okay. Sometimes this is where be still comes into play, and know that God is in you. God has this. Remember, you are not going to receive anything that you cannot handle. People, you know the word. I promise you, more of y'all know the word than I do, or better than I. Okay, no, better than me, not better than I, because I is something else. But anyway, better than me. But my point is this. Listen, this is when your faith is. That's your default. That's your foundation. It's got to be solid. It's got to be concrete. You must know. All you have to do is just observe your life. Observe your life. And I'm talking about especially to people who think positive all the time and still feel like, how come I'm not doing such and such, such and such? I know I'm thinking positive. I'm saying all my affirmations. There's a lot going on, okay? More than just what you want to manifest, all right? The universe also needs you to learn some lessons. And some of those lessons, those conditions, because the lessons, remember, these experiences, these lessons are for your benefit to grow, which means if you're for your benefit to grow, I know I'm talking fast because I got other things to do, but if it's for your benefit to grow, then that means there are conditions that you need to correct, okay? So, and those conditions that you need to correct may impede what it is that you're trying to manifest. Remember, everything has to be in alignment. Your thoughts alone, okay, is communicating. Your conscious is communicating with your subconscious. If they are not in alignment, off a little, there is no transformation and manifestation. Okay, so your experiences with the universe, because they're the ones they provide the ingredients to the experiences. Of course, your actions and behavior determines which karma or experiences you need in order to reconcile or balance your energy centers. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the F word is faith. Faith fills the gap. Okay. Faith bridges the gap. But whatever void you think you are having in your life, whatever void that you perceive in your life, and perception is reality. So whatever void you perceive in your life, don't succumb to depression. Okay. This is where faith comes in. This is where faith comes in. All right. Because you know that this too shall pass. And maybe this is a test of your faith, or maybe it is a test of something else. But know that this too shall pass, and you want to come out on the right side of this experience because you don't want to keep repeating this experience. All right. So faith is going to give you strength. It's going to give you courage. It's encouragement. Listen. All right, I gotta go. You get the point. We'll continue this conversation, family. I love you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Remember, the F word is faith. It is everything. It is everything to help you get to where we all want to go, which is oneness. All right, love you. Goodbye. Mwah.